Welcome to another round of Nerdbox. Today we're doing our first ever nerd review. Now, as you can guess, we're doing it on a recent movie that just came out. None other than Godzilla. Now, anyone that knows me knows that I like a good Godzilla flick. Minus King of All Monsters, Godzilla 1985, and the American 1998 remake.
Ugh, I cannot stand that.
Okay, maybe I'll let the first one slide because I don't think I've ever seen that. But any fan of the Gorilla Whale will know that the first two movies were a burr in the Godzilla franchise. Straight away, you Godzilla fans will be seeing that there's a common element to this, and basically it comes down to Godzilla plus America equals bad. And just to remove any bias you might have on my judgment on this, Toho has made 28 movies. 28 Godzilla movies. Now I can confidently say I probably enjoy 20 of them any time of the year. That basically equates to 70% of the movies I love that Toho has made, and that makes 0% of the American. But let's keep this review short. For a start, it's a Godzilla film. America should be proud. They've almost redeemed themselves. Now, this guy hasn't acted for probably about 10 years, so he's probably put on a few pounds, and everyone knows with the camera, you know, it's an extra 10, 20,000 pounds for this guy. But he's back and he's better than ever. This is probably the biggest Godzilla, both height and width. If you're looking for a reason to go see a Godzilla film, if you're trying to get out, find a reason why not to see a Godzilla film, you should just go see this Godzilla film, okay? Because it's a Godzilla film.
It'll blow your mind.
And that's pretty much the review. Oh, sorry, you wanted more, didn't you? Okay, first of all, it's not a typical Godzilla film. I'll give it that much. But I mean, there's been 29 other Godzilla films.
1998 does not count as a Godzilla film.
Sorry, 28. There's 28 movies that people will say are typical Godzilla movies, but Toho has had a lot of time in every single one of them to experiment a little bit, and you'll find that there's probably about 10 movies in the whole genre that don't quite fit a typical Godzilla film. The saving grace for this movie is that there'll definitely be an audience out there for it. I reckon that this is the movie is for anyone and everyone. I think it'll bring in a lot more fans. They'll see this movie, go back and watch a few of the originals. The originals, I will say, are a little bit dated today, but they're still good. The special effects that they use are actual special effects with like real fire, fireworks, awesome shit getting blown up, man. It's just, some of them are just a spectacular. Now, a quick movie analysis. Okay, so it's a complete rewrite of the Godzilla franchise again. Basically, in this one, the first movie never happened. Basically, the governments know of Godzilla. I don't think he's actually attacked anywhere yet, but they know of him, and they've tried to blow him up on a few occasions. They also know that Godzilla may not be the only big monster out there, and they all come under the general name of MUTOs, which is massive, unidentified terrestrial organism. It turns out in the movie there are two other ones, and basically in prehistoric times, when these beasts were walking around the Earth was giving off a lot more radiation, and supposedly this is what fed these giant monsters. In our present time, the radiation of the Earth has dropped significantly, and there's not enough to go around. Everyone knows that there's a lot of nuclear power plants in Japan, and not only that America has stockpiles of nukes. So once there's two hungry MUTOs woken up, there's a lot of chaos that's going to erupt. I hope there's one on our side. Gojira. Now, you probably heard about all the boring stuff, how it just focuses on the human aspect of sides. Now, this isn't the first Godzilla film that's focused on the human side of things. You'll find that, especially in the first Godzilla film, there is heaps of human things happening there. It's almost completely focused on the human side. You've got all monsters attack, Probably not a Godzilla film I'll recommend for a first time person getting into the series, but it is almost 100% focused on the human side of things. Now, the problem with this movie isn't the fact that it focuses on the human characters, it's that the human characters are boring. Now, you're probably thinking, isn't Bryan Cranston in this movie? Well, yeah, he is. And he's freaking awesome, okay? He is the best actor, I reckon. He performs very well. The only problem is that in this movie, he doesn't get much screen time at all. Now, you're probably thinking, I'm putting the movie down a bit now, and that, it is sounding like it could be a bit boring if you don't get into these main characters. The thing is that this movie is like a roller coaster, and the human characters are more or less just carriages for us to sit in and go for the ride with. And does a roller coaster have to be like amazing and awesome? I think yes. But does the carriage have to be like, its own personality and shit like that? You get on a roller coaster just to enjoy yourself, to get on that track, go up and down, around the curves, all the crazy stuff. And this movie does deliver a lot of the crazy stuff. There's a lot going for this movie. There's definitely a sequel coming out for it. There's already rumours out there for it. So, just can't wait to see more Godzilla films. I do hope that maybe it does go back to Toho. I do like the old Japanese way, but everyone knows that Godzilla will probably be all CG from now on. CG is not a bad thing, but like Bryan Cranston, I just hope that Godzilla gets a lot more screen time in the future movies. So, go out and see it and enjoy yourselves. Enjoy a good Godzilla film. Good work, America.
Gojira.